Airplane Mode is not a bad film, according to IMDb. This is also the first Portuguese language Netflix original comedy film. Obviously, I watched it with the English dub. That wasn't a problem. I didn't really notice it. And I have to say, it was good. The protagonist took a long time to become likable. It took a long time for me to actually stop hating her. But there was something she did in the beginning that really irritated me. And I'll explain what that is with a spoiler warning, just in case you don't want specifics. But that aside, it's definitely worth watching. And I think the performances were all really good. This was released in 2020. It's directed by Cesar Rodriguez, and this stars Larissa Manoela as our protagonist, Anna. And Anna is a social media obsessed influencer. And she is as annoying as that sounds. But that's not really the issue with her that I had. I've watched many films about influencers and people who are obsessed with social media. What I didn't like about her is her insensitive criminal entitlement. She thought she was entitled to other people's phones because she ends up crashing her car when she's not paying attention, and she's sent to stay with her grandfather, where there is no phone reception. And on her way there, she basically tries to help herself to other people's phones. And I really struggled to get over that sense of entitlement. We know influencers are stereotypically entitled, but I've never come across one who felt they had a right to use other people's phones. So it's definitely, I think, an exaggeration, hopefully an exaggeration, but that kind of behaviour and attitude meant that it was really difficult to like the character. And I think it probably took me over half of the film to start to like her. Obviously, over time, she starts to learn that her current lifestyle isn't great. The people she associates with are not necessarily genuine or nice people to be around. And what we do know very early on in the film is that she's actually very passionate about design and fashion. But because she's an influencer, basically living life by her manager's rules, her agent's rules, whoever, she doesn't get to do her own thing, what she's truly passionate about. And I like that. Even though she was difficult to like, I think it was good that we got a glimmer of a deeper layer to her, that there was something about her that wasn't as superficial, and I really appreciated that part of it. Obviously, as she spends less time online and is able to connect with her inner self and her true self, we do get to see more and more of that side of her. So over time, eventually, she becomes quite likable. And I don't want to say exactly what happens. It's predictable in some ways, but it isn't in others. The narrative flows well enough, and it's not too bad. All of the other characters are perfectly likable. Anna is the only character who is not. Well, no, there are some characters who were not meant to like. There are some clear antagonists who I think were very well written, who were very evil and not very nice to be around. But in terms of characters we're meant to like, Anna was the only one that I struggled with for quite a while. But as I said, gradually that did begin to change. The performances throughout the film are really good. It's really well filmed. The pacing is really good. Other than Anna's entitlement and thinking she had a right to other people's phones, I had no issue with this film at all, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. I wouldn't watch it again. It's nothing unique or special or groundbreaking, although if it is the first Portuguese, what did IMDb say? The first Portuguese language original comedy film on Netflix, if I remember. That makes it, I guess, quite special. But other than that, as a narrative, it doesn't offer anything too unique. But that's absolutely fine. Not every film is going to be groundbreaking or phenomenal. It's still an enjoyable watch with some really well written characters. Anna's entitlement aside, I really liked it, and if it sounds like your kind of film, then I definitely recommend it.